Hello, TCC family. Today I come to you with some sobering news and a heavier heart because this update has to do with people and their livelihoods and with our church family. If you follow our midweek updates or have heard our encouragements during our weekly services, you'll know that we have been challenged to maintain our offering levels during this season of adaptation due to the COVID-19 virus. Up through last week, we were running an average of $2,000 per week under our $9,500 weekly budget, and this has created some challenges as we look toward the future. For several weeks, we sought God and chosen to absorb these deficits, waiting to see if that pattern would remain steady. However, we can't continue to do so without putting the church in a vulnerable position financially, as all of our reserves would be depleted within a few months if we continue on our current path. This week we made the difficult decision to downsize our staff due to the current and ongoing situation. Please know that this is a stewardship and a leadership decision, not one that is reflective of any poor performances on the part of our staff. So 3 specific decisions were made. The first was that we eliminated our church secretary position. Now, you know, Melissa Ratliff has served Troy Christian Church well in this capacity for nearly 7 years now, and letting her go was not an easy decision. Melissa will be paid through May, though she will end her time with us here on May 1st. Going forward, for the foreseeable future, we see this evolving into a volunteer position, so we will recruit and train multiple volunteers to accomplish the functions of this position. When the culture allows, we're going to plan an appropriate farewell for Melissa. But in the meantime, I encourage you to please reach out to her now with your gratitude for her ministry well done. Number 2, we've downsized our student minister position from a full-time to a part-time role. Charlie Sheehan serves as our student minister and has for the past year, and we love the work he does. Many of you got to see his great heart for discipling students for the first time a month ago when he preached our initial online service. We sincerely hope that God allows us to have Charlie on our staff for a long time to come. We anticipate that the discipling of our students, along with the quality programming we have, will continue strong as Charlie continues to lead a group of student ministry volunteers. Now, this change will take place June 1st. The 4 of us who remain, number 3, third decision, the 4 of us who remain full-time staff members will be receiving a temporary 5% reduction in salary beginning June 1st. We hope this can be restored later in the year, but we just find it necessary at this time to remain solid during this season. Now, I would covet your prayers for all of our staff and their families. In addition to these changes, we anticipate that our missions giving will also drop later this year when the small amount that we keep in reserve for special needs is consumed by the current deficit. We remain committed to giving a full 10% of our offerings to missions. That will not change. And of course, we're making sure that we're also being wise stewards of our ministry budgets during this time and are being conservative in our spending on all fronts. I do want you to know that beginning next week, we will be making online giving available here at Troy Christian Church. So watch for more details about how you can contribute to the church through this simple method. Now, if you have further questions about any of these decisions, please don't hesitate to reach out to one of our elders. They are God's shepherds for our congregation and are always available to be a resource for your questions and your concerns. As we move forward in faith, we continue to believe that God is in control of this whole situation and that Jesus is still the head of his church. There's no reason to panic. We simply must adjust to the current environment as a part of being good stewards of the resources God has entrusted us with at this time. We look forward to when we can gather together in person. We've already begun conversations about how that might take place. We anticipate the church will be strong and we'll be able to take the lessons that we've learned during this current challenge to be even more effective and fruitful for God's kingdom. So have a good week. Be safe, and I look forward to worshiping with you virtually this weekend.